You are getting very sleepy. Watching Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Well, then our next game will wake you up.
Ah!
It's bloody as all get out.
Welcome back to X-Play. Have you ever yearned to play an M-rated choose-your-own-adventure game for the consoles? I know, I have.
Yes, if you ever yearn to solve a series of ritualistic homicides using an enormous controller, this game is for you.
And we have a preview of Indigo Prophecy right now.
Okay, tell me if you've heard this one before. It's snowing in New York. There's a guy in the bathroom stall on the crapper. He's been cutting himself. His eyes are doing that Gary Oldman thing in The Professional. Anyway, there's this dude taking a leak in the urinal. All right, so the other guy, Mr. Bleedy McCreepy, he sneaks up behind him, and get this. He stabs him repeatedly with a knife. Okay, there's nothing really funny in Indigo Prophecy.
Hey, everybody says I'm a very funny guy.
But there is an attempt to do something new with the moribund adventure genre.
I've got to get out of here before somebody comes in here.
You play Lucas Kane. He's in a state because he knifed someone and he doesn't know why. So he wants to find out the truth.
I'm covered in blood. I can't go anywhere looking like this.
You also play the two detectives on the case, Carla and Tyler, who are investigating the knifing, and they want to know why.
I guess the killer wasn't after his money.
They have a lot of internal monologues about each other.
Tyler's been my partner for almost a year. He grew up with the gangs in the Bronx.
Carla, she's really something else.
He decided to join the force.
She's not always easy to get along with, but
Sometimes he's unpredictable, but
she's the best damn cop I know.
he's a good guy.
In fact, they have a lot of internal monologues.
This was the guy's table.
A cup of coffee.
Food.
He's a caffeine addict.
Steak and fries.
And they're really astute.
The Tempest by Shakespeare. It's a pretty weird book for a killer to be reading.
Hey, hold on a second. I'm Mark David Chapman.
If the game feels cinematic, it's because it is. This isn't so much a game as an adult choose-your-own-adventure.
Before the murder, I carved these symbols on my arms with a knife. I don't know if they mean anything.
As you investigate, you'll choose the path you take based on icons at the top of the screen. You can take a leak, choose not to save a drowning boy,
Maybe I could have saved that kid.
and mix alcohol and pharmaceuticals.
I mixed alcohol and medication.
That's right, kids. Don't take pills. Just mail them to me. There aren't so much puzzles in the game as there are challenges, like this Simon game. Or when you have to collect all the bloody evidence before the cops bust down the door. That takes me back.
Sir, this is the New York police.
There's also interaction with scenery aplenty.
Nobody here. Nobody here. Nobody here.
The game is incredibly simple to control, perhaps too simple, and no one's going to be praising the graphics. But this really is a gripping mystery story with enough twists to keep you interested. I need to pee. It's the perfect cure for crappy CSI games, and it's coming soon.
Were there any prints on the book that was under the table?
You're such a phony.
So, get your mystery machine and start speculating on the reading habits of maniacs.
Adam, stop trying to be smart with the historical and literary references. Our viewers don't read.
Oh, they read enough to send me horribly misspelled hate mail.
You've heard a lot about Indigo Prophecy.
It's a strange survival horror game with a weird control scheme and a choose-your-own-adventure kind of plot.
So let's not get anybody confused. Even though this is a console game, it's not your typical action title. It's not a point-and-click either. It's, what's the word? Unique.
Yes. Here's a review of Indigo Prophecy.
Things are never quite what they seem. We think we understand the world around us, but we really only see the outside, what it seems to be.
Do you remember those choose-your-own-adventure books you read as a kid? Yeah, me neither. Let's face it, books are for squares. And reading, well, that's for suckers. But people told me about them, and I nodded and pretended to know what they were talking about. I imagine if you ever made a video game that captured the spirit of these books, it might be a lot like Indigo Prophecy. The story is this. A man snaps out of a trance only to find himself standing over the corpse of another man he just stabbed to death. He has no recollection of the events leading up to the murder and must set out to clear his name and discover the truth.
What have I done?
Or as I like to call it, just another Saturday night. Our tale begins in an appropriately disgusting bathroom. Stop peeing and get out of there! Oh. Turn around! See, now you're dead. Good job. What were you doing in such a filthy bathroom anyway? Has anything good ever happened in a dirty restroom like that? No, people get killed in bad bathrooms, so kids, stay out of them. This has been a G4 public service announcement. You get to play with a few different characters throughout this bloody narrative, switching them often. The first person you get to control is Lucas, the hapless rube in this murderous mystery.
Hello?
Next is Carla. She's a beautiful, hardened cop from the right side of the tracks. Then there's Tyler, her smooth as silk partner.
Hey, are you all right,
It gets to be a little confusing when you're questioning yourself about what you did last night.
I feel tense. I've got to keep cool.
Who am I supposed to root for here? I sure hope I don't outsmart myself and catch myself in a lie that I made up for me to fall for.
No?
Okay. The gameplay is fairly interesting. It uses simple rhythm presses with the analog sticks and shoulder triggers for everything from getting all Neo on the cops to butterfly presses at the gym. 8! That's right, Carla. Feel the burn. Although, a lot of the tasks feel pretty trivial. Do I really need to be able to make everyone in the game go pee? The look of Indigo Prophecy is its major drawback. The low polygon count and the horrid animation make it a bit taxing on the old ocular nerves. Take Kenny here, for example. Now that is the worst excuse for hair rendering that I have ever seen. Either that or it's a hair plug operation gone terribly awry. All in all, not every second is exciting, but on the whole, the experience is enthralling and enchanting. You never know what's gonna happen next or what freaky predicament lies around the push of a button. Indigo Prophecy murders its way to 4 blood-stained knives out of 5.
Well, that's creepy.
Almost as creepy as the people who keep sending us email about Final Fantasy.